Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the March 9th, 2026 council meeting. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Here.
Councilman Mehta?
Here.
Councilwoman Guadagnino?
Here.
Councilman Davis? Councilman Socio?
Here.
Council President Rich?
Here.
Mayor Womack?
Sunshine notice, please.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required under Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, specifying the time, date, and location by posting a copy of the notice on the municipal building, municipal website, providing a copy of the annual notice scheduled to the official newspaper of the township, and is on file in the clerk's office.
Councilman Socio, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'll ask Ms. Benson to come up for the DPRCS proclamation for the martial arts program. Councilman Socio, would you do the honors? Sure.
Okay, so can we please ask the participants, right, of the DPRCS martial arts program to come up? And they're cool. Well, Sensei's coming up right now. They didn't put former wrestling coach. What happened here, Bill? How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Missed you on the mat this year. Good. Oh, cool. Armstrong. Good to see you up close. Jealous?
Watch yourself. Right here, guys.
And even before we read the proclamation, this is just great because this is such a cross-section. As I just said, Sensei Ojeda is also former wrestling coach at the high school, and the Armstrong family is really involved in swim. So this is really great how we're taking new things and expanding. So the proclamation reads, whereas the Township of North Brunswick, along with the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Community Services, celebrates the North Brunswick Martial Arts Program huge milestone. And whereas on December 9th, 2025, the North Brunswick Parks, Recreation, and Community Services Martial Arts Program marked a significant achievement. Instructor Sensei William Ojeda was promoted to third-degree black belt in Michibudu Ryu. Michibudu Ryu is a comprehensive mixed martial arts system that blends traditional Japanese karate, judo, and jiu-jitsu, emphasizing discipline, technique, and practical self-defense. Whereas the celebration extended beyond Sensei Ojeda's accomplishment, on the same day, all of his students participated in a demanding and hard-fought examination demonstrating determination, resilience, and skill. Through their efforts, each student successfully earned advancement to higher ranks, reflecting the strength and quality of the program. Special congratulations to Patty Armstrong, Philip Armstrong, Jim Armstrong. Oh, when I say your name, raise your hand. So, Jim and Patty, there we go. Cairo Lockhart, Queen Lockhart, Dennis Kuby III, Mayuka Kakatil. Am I close? Say it.
Kalakata.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Mira Samuradala. Say it.
Samuradala.
And Isha.
Samuradala.
Thank you. Whereas the promotions were overseen by Master Joe Pung, who visited the school to personally evaluate the testing. After witnessing the students' discipline, courage, and fighting ability, Master Pung formally recognized the North Brunswick Martial Arts School as a member of the World Head of Family Soki-ship Council, a prestigious organization whose members include many of the world's finest martial artists spanning the globe. And whereas a recognition represents a proud moment for Sensei Ojeda, his students, and the North Brunswick community, highlighting the program's commitment to excellence, tradition, and the development of both martial skills and character. Now, therefore, we, the mayor and the council of the Township of North Brunswick, do hereby proclaim the respect and admiration for the for the North Brunswick Township Martial Arts Program and Sensei Ojeda, and congratulate all on their accomplishments. Congratulations.
Could you hold this for me? I promise this will be quick. All right, just a little. Okay. All right, so good evening, everyone. I would like to sincerely thank Council President Al Rich, the council members, and the Department of Parks and Recs, specifically Lou Ann Benson, who's really done a lot of work with us throughout the years. So thank you for recognizing our martial arts program and supporting the opportunities that help our community grow stronger. Through Michibuduru, we are proud to offer a program that helps bring positive values and discipline to our community. Martial arts are often misunderstood as simply learning how to fight, but in reality, they teach something much better, much deeper. Martial arts teach discipline, respect, patience, and self-control. Students learn how to challenge themselves, how to persevere when things are difficult, and how to show respect to others both on and off the mat. These lessons help shape character and build confidence. Mira, Isha, Mayuka, Dennis, Philip, Cairo, Queen, Pat, Jim, they all embody these characteristics. At its heart, martial arts is not about conflict. It is about harmony. It teaches us how to live in balance with ourselves, with others, and within our community. Through Michibuduru, our program proudly welcomes students of all ages. Whether someone is young and just beginning their journey or an adult looking to learn something new, martial arts offers valuable lessons for everyone. We are grateful to the North Brunswick Township for recognizing the value of this program and for helping us continue to guide students toward becoming not only better martial artists, but better human beings. Thank you.
I just would like to once again say congratulations to all of you. Thank you for your hard work. And once again, let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention, this is my grandmaster over here, Joe Pung, who came and observed all of our, oversaw the promotions. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence.
Bill Ojeda is a super humble guy, and he won't pat himself on the back, but was the original black belt in our style, and his promotion to sensei was the ultimate redemptive story, and he deserves everything he's gotten and in everything he's building. He's a true honor to our system.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Councilman Socia. Deputy Clerk, can you please read ordinance 26-09 by title?
Ordinance 26-09, ordinance amending and supplementing Chapter 195, Housing, Affordable, Affirmative Marketing of the Code of the Township of North Brunswick.
Is there a motion and a second to introduce ordinance 2609?
So moved.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mehta?
Yes.
Councilwoman Guadagnino?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
Council President Rich?
Yes. Would any member of council like to have any items removed from this evening's consent agenda for a separate discussion and vote? Is there a motion and second to approve consent agenda items A through H?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mehta?
Yes.
Councilwoman Guadagnino?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
Council President Rich?
Yes. Are there any reports this evening from any members of the council? Councilman Socia?
Thank you, Council President. Before I go with the announcements, if it's all right with you, I'd like to tell the members of the martial arts everything. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. You guys can leave. So whenever you want to, just feel free. Thank you for hanging out.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I guess. Yeah, I guess, right. So, we have 4 announcements and then one we're going to ad lib on at the end. But from the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Community Services, Saturday, March the 21st, from 8 to 10 a.m. will be our breakfast with the Easter Bunny. That will be at the Green Turtle. Come be a part of the fun. The fun begins at 8 a.m. and includes breakfast, crafts, games, and prizes for finding the golden eggs, and we can take pictures with the Easter Bunny. Individual tickets are $12 per person. That's if you purchase in advance. If you wait till the day of, it's $15 at the door. There is going to be something new this year, a family pancake platters, $50, feeds 4 to 5, and it includes, everything else and a nice tray of pancakes. All proceeds support our annual Heritage Day event. So you can register online at communitypass.net. Again, Saturday, March the 21st. We have a free in-person adult mental health first aid course, and this will teach you how to identify and understand and respond to signs of mental illness and substance use disorders in adults ages 18 or older. This training will give you skills you need to reach out and provide initial support to someone who may be developing a mental health or substance use problem, including a 5-step action plan. So this course is intended for adults 18 years and older. It will be held on March the 25th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. right here at the municipal building. And in order to register, actually, I guess the best way to do it would be to contact the Department of Parks, Recreation, Community Services. Again, this is the free in-person mental health first aid course. Earth Day will be Saturday, April the 18th from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Polda Farm. Earth Day is a great event, obviously celebrating Earth, but we have a bunch of different clubs involved in it, including the High School Environmental Committee, the Gardening Club, the Open Space Committee, our DPW, our Girl Scouts, the Environmental Commission, Rutgers Master Gardeners, the Humane Association, and Fresh Ponds Farms. We will have free hay rides that day. And, just remember, even though we're going to celebrate Earth Day on the 18th, every day is Earth Day, and let's do our best to keep the Earth the best Earth that we know. And lastly, probably most important, Friday, April the 24th will be our blood drive. It will be here in the courtroom from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And as you are all aware, and you hear all the time, the blood bank is in desperate need of blood. So if you are eligible and you are willing to make a blood donation, please come here on April the 24th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And that's it. If you have any questions about these 4 programs or anything else, you can contact the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Community Services at 732-247-0922, extension 475.
Thank you. Councilwoman Guadagnino?
1 second.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. We would like to announce and extend the council and the township's deepest condolences to Mayor Womack and his family. Mayor Womack's daughter, Carol Lee, passed away late last week after a hard and courageous fight with head and neck cancer. It's been a tough road for them, as it would be for any parent. Being only 38, me knowing Carol Lee for 25 or 26 years is just an unimaginable pain for any parent, let alone someone who is as close to us as the mayor is. So we just like to have a moment of silence in memory of Carol Lee Womack and ask that you keep Mayor Womack, the soul of Carol Lee, and their family in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Councilwoman Guadagnino?
No, thank you.
Councilman Mehta?
No, thank you.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes, I just wanted to thank Luann for her wonderful event for International Women's Day, which was a spectacular hit. She had a very nice turnout. The event was well received, and we had a really nice time. So just want to give thanks to her. And then, next year, if you're available, you should come. It's a lovely event that she throws. So just wanted to kind of give her recognition for that.
I just want to say, let's continue to pray for our mayor and his family during this difficult time in his life, in their life. With that being said,
Council President, I have, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Just a reminder to everybody, I'm going to keep doing this until the primary election. The deadline to declare a party affiliation so that you can vote in the primary is April 8th, 2026. The deadline to register as a new voter is May 12, 2026. It's important to know that if you are undeclared or unaffiliated and you sign a petition for a candidate, you will automatically be affiliated with that political party. If you're interested in becoming a poll worker, we could use them. Please contact our office, 732-247-0922, extension 470. Paid training is available, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Would any member of the public like to be heard tonight? Please state your name for the record when you come up to the desk.
Anthony Nastas, 985 Bergen Avenue, yours truly, North Brunswick. The reason for my being here tonight, I finally got a copy of the letter sent to the state pertaining to the graffiti on the railroad bridges. And obviously, the letter stated to contact Mr. Ritz, who is not here, so I'll have to get an update on that later. And then 77 Adams Lane, I asked last week if you could take a look at that ordinance that says you could have one unregistered, uninsured vehicle. That's a prime example of why you should not. George's Road is another example. And there's a few others I could name. And another main reason is on Bergen Avenue, the hookah lounge on the corner. From my understanding, it is 1,600 square feet, houses 60 people with, I think it's 15 parking spaces. So obviously they're parked all over the street. And once a week, at least, minimum once a week, the vacant lot across the street from it has a man come out and pick up all the garbage. Now, I don't think the owner of the property should have to go out and pick up someone else's garbage every week. And you get soda bottles, just garbage, paper garbage from products that they're selling in there or whatever it is. But someone has to go out and pick it up, and then it blows over onto my lawn if it's not picked up, or blows onto the neighbor's lawn, and they pick it up. And also, there is, across the street from me, 984, there is a medical office, and behind it is, well, next to it, there's a two-car driveway. Two-car driveway is one for the medical office. On the right-hand side, customers for the hookah lounge park and drop garbage there. That's private property, so I don't know whether the owner of that property knows that they are utilizing this driveway as a parking area. And 958 Bergen Avenue, I don't know what that is. There's a lot of cars there. I don't know whether they're registered, they live there or what. The Thermal Master has a commercial vehicle, one or two that are usually parked there every night, and the garage is usually open on Saturdays where they have inventory. They look like they're running a business out of there. I don't know whether they are or not, but I think someone should look into that. And that's about it. Mr. Ritz could give me an answer to some of these things at the next meeting or sooner. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Is there a motion and second to close the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
At this time, we will move to the council room for the agenda workshop portion of our meeting. The public is welcome to join. A resolution honoring the life and legacy of the Reverend Jesse Jackson, civil rights leader.
Council President, you're proposing this resolution for the next meeting?
Yes.
To honor the life and legacy of Reverend Jackson. Any comments, any questions, anything? Good job.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Cavell, our Chief Financial Officer.
Good evening, Council President. Good evening, council members.
Good evening.
I have one item on the agenda tonight, and this is an ordinance amending and fixing various salaries and wages. At the end of any calendar year, we do have our contractual increases as well as any salary adjustments. So this is basically amending the ordinance to include those salaries within a certain range.
If I could just ask one question, because this is something I've never, or maybe I've seen, I just don't remember. We're actually increasing the bottom end of the scale. Is that?
That's because of the minimum wage
Okay.
change, yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right, that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Luann Benson.
Good evening, Council President, council members, and residents joining us tonight. Before I get into my items, I have a few thank yous, quick thank yous. One is to Councilwoman Hutchinson. She did a phenomenal job Friday night greeting over 90 women at our International Women's Day. It was really a lot of fun. We had Zumba was there. Everyone got into Zumba. And then we had the Indian dancers, and they did songs as well. We had the North Brunswick pharmacists there, also doing blood pressure and talking about medications and women's health. So it was just wonderful. No one wanted to leave. So that was year 2, so we hope to do even better next year. But thank you so much. You were like a rock star when you left. Everyone wanted more of you. So
Just let me know if they need any.
look at the photos. You should see her dancing in action. And then just congratulations to our DPRCS drama production this weekend. Heather Pasquale and her cast and crew and all the volunteers. They performed Bright Star, and it was really a great play. So kudos to all of them. And then a shout out to our DPRCS youth wrestlers. They did an awesome job, and we're going to be recognizing them at an upcoming council meeting, and they'll have their yearly end of the season gathering. So all good things. We've had a really super busy week on our end, but very good. So I've quick 3 items tonight, and you're probably going to laugh at the first one when you see snow shoveling on there when it was like 60 degrees today. But what we want to do is thank our student volunteers who helped us, but more important, we want to challenge all our organizations in town and businesses to come up with 2 people from their organization that we could call upon when we have the snow, so that we can really help our seniors. If we get another snowstorm like we did this past one, we don't have enough resources. So if any businesses are listening, organizations, we really need your help. My second item, Councilman Socio did share tonight, but I feel it's really important, and that's our blood drive. So if you weren't listening to our public portion, that's Friday, April 24th. It's in the municipal courtroom, and that's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then my last item is our park permits. which are online for anyone interested in using any of our facilities. And we're sharing that now with spring upon us as a quick reminder that we've gone to a park permit system so we avoid conflicts out on the field, use of the gazebos. The park rangers are aware of what's going on throughout our park system, and everyone is safe and secure. So all our organizations now are meeting with me for our spring contracts. We're signing those. And just a reminder to the public, we want you to use our fields, activities, the gazebos, have fun, but we just need everyone to go on our website. The full application is there. And if you have any questions, please reach out to our department at 732-247-0922, extension 475. Thank you all. Are there any questions? Have a wonderful night.
Thank you. Director Pataglia. Good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Doing good.
I only have one item tonight, and that is the accepting the sale of the abandoned vehicles.
Joe, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
We get any, what's the update on the South Side investigation and everything?
I have to talk to Lieutenant Zier, he wasn't in today.
Okay.
So he's the one handling that. And I got a couple more complaints, so he's gonna take care of it.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you. Director Bloyd.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I have 3 items tonight. First item is authorizing the solicitation and award of contract bid 26006 to Static Power Conversion Services Incorporated for the UPS replacement at the municipal complex. Any questions on that?
Just with the UPS, is it, I was just reading, is it just, it's at its life expectancy? Are there issues with it, or we just?
We're having trouble getting parts for it,
Oh, okay.
and other than the end of its life expectancy, yes.
Okay.
And it's very critical for the infrastructure with 911 dispatch, all our phones. You know, so it's important to have that gap in between power loss and generator kicking over. Any other questions on that? My second item is authorizing the relocation of Donald Caruso Jr. Memorial Field to North Brunswick Community Park. And I believe that is on April 11th, which is opening day for MBBSA. And I spoke with Doug Caruso this morning. He's going to reach out to his brother, and we'll finalize the details on that. You know, maybe we can get him, you know, one of the family members to throw out the first pitch, or that, you know, beginning of that season.
That's a great idea. At least it'll be used, it will be referred to. It's good.
Which field?
We're gonna relocate it from the Caruso Field by Maple Mead School to Community Park.
Like, is it just one of them, or all of them, or how does it?
It's just gonna be one field.
Oh, okay.
And we have a choice. I mean, they could do it on the 12U field, or they can do it on the 13 and up fields. I'll have that conversation. We'll coordinate with MBBSA. Any other questions on that one? My third item is authorizing a proprietary contract with Ainsworth Incorporated for maintenance and support of the Delta Controls HVAC building management system at the municipal complex. That's we used to have them on contract, and then after the flood, we didn't have a system, so we didn't need a service contract, but now we need one.
So we have EMS system, we have a system now, it's up and running and everything, so this is just,
It's just a maintenance contract.
Just the maintenance for
They'll
them to
provide
come
up to
in.
6 visits a year, do tech support,
Okay.
which is unlimited, phone contact.
okay. And didn't that, right now, we don't have anybody maintaining that system? Okay, okay.
We do what we can in-house with our buildings and grounds maintenance, but, you know, there's certain things that they have to handle.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Director Ritz.
Hi, everybody. You recall a few weeks back, we did a legacy bond release for the Panera at Main Street, which was like 13 years old. This is an even older bond release from the Auto Zone that goes back either 20 or 21 years. Actually predates my return to the township a long time ago, so I can't offer much except to say that where this is a cleanup of something that should have been done. And we've been withholding a small amount of cash funds and bonds for them for more than 20 years that need to be released. So the backup is in your system. The second item is an amendment with USA Architects. Since our last meeting, we did release the bids for the lighting replacement project for Babbage Park. You may recall that the existing lighting is more than 50 years old, and it's old wooden poles just in the middle of the lot that aren't protected by bollards or parking islands or anything. They're all going to be removed. We're going to have new energy efficient lighting installed entirely in the exterior perimeter of the parking lot. And this is being fully paid for through CDBG funding. What I had done originally last year is I had withheld the contract administration portion of the contract because we didn't have our funding yet. So you had previously authorized all the early phases. So now that we have our funding and we've released the bids, this is adding the contract and bid portion of the contract, which had been proposed a year ago, and is just the final piece of the contract administration for this project.
You gonna get backup on this? Or?
Yes. We didn't submit yet the backup. That's the $5,600 for the construction.
Yes, I'm
admin.
sorry, I didn't.
No,
realize-
yeah, we didn't connect on that. I'll get that over.
Has work already been completed?
No.
Or is
No.
it starting?
No, it included that we withheld, like I said, we had previously authorized the design and the consulting phases, and I had withheld the bid and contract administration phases. And so now that we got our CDBG funding just a few weeks ago, I activated them again, and we released the bids last week. And then this is the last piece of their original proposal, which is just a few $1,000s, and it'll cover all the contract administration for the bid opening, the bid recommendation, the on-site supervision of the installation of the lights. And again, all of this funding is being paid for through our CDBG funding.
And what's the timeline? Are we looking to get this done by the end of the year?
Oh, yeah, we're hoping to get, so the bid dates are in April. We're hoping to award, I think maybe the first meeting in May 6th or something like that. So if we get good responsive bids, we should be reviewing them in April, awarding early in May, and then as soon as the contract. We do have to align with PSC&G. They've been reactivated as well because they have to come in and they need to remove the existing poles and wiring for their accounts.
Does it affect any use of the,
No, just gives us new,
okay. So
replaces literally 50-year-old lighting with new LED energy.
the park still will be able to be open and people?
Yeah, this is just the parking lot lighting.
Okay.
Nothing within the site. The only other thing you should know, because we're recommending for our CDBG application for next year, we're seeking funding to rebuild the pavilion in the park, which is almost 40 years old and had been built in-house and is literally falling apart, rotting and rusting. And that pavilion actually never had any electric. So if you used the pavilion for a picnic, you couldn't plug in a stereo or a piece of cooking equipment like a crock pot or anything. So within this project, we foresaw that, and we're actually running new conduit and electric from the new panel for the parking lot lights. We're running that out to the pavilion area. So when we redo the pavilion, we can tie into that new power source and make the pavilion actually have electric for people who rent it and use it. So we're
And just one of
No, of course.
the timeline for the project once they start, is it just, are we looking a couple of months or?
I don't know yet. We'll have to see the bids. I imagine the lead time is just ordering the physical poles and equipment. I think the installation is probably just a couple of days.
Oh, okay.
It's just a matter of them actually getting the specified equipment in and delivered from whichever vendor. But I mean, at best, I would think that 100% of this project would be completed by Labor Day at the far end, I would hope.
Labor Day of 27, right?
No, the lighting project.
Oh, the lighting.
The lighting
We're-
project.
We're back
Yeah.
to the lighting.
Yeah, we're back to the lighting, yeah. We're only applying for those other funds now. We won't know if we get them for months. And lastly, it's at the end, I just wanted to remind everybody that the CGIS redevelopment plan closed session, which was rescheduled from the storm, is on the 23rd at the next meeting. They're coming in with all of their professionals, and that also includes a first-time presentation of the pilot, which has never been shared or discussed with the governing bodies. So that'll be on the 23rd as well, rescheduled from the 2nd, I guess it was. Okay? No, whatever it was. Thank you.
Thank you. Business Administrator Program.
Thank you, Council President. I believe I see only one thing. I think there's another item that maybe didn't make this, so it'll probably be on for the next meeting. This is for any testing of illegal substance within the employees. So this is just a $5,000 contract for those testing services.
And, okay, so this is the company that's going to do the testing?
Yes.
Dynamic test?
Yes.
And how is that done? Do you randomly test?
There's two. There's random, and then there's sometimes indicators that call attention to us, and a department head will request testing to be done through HR. So those are the two times that they're called out.
Okay, and so is there any, so it doesn't matter the nature of the job that the person is doing? Or is it specific to, okay, so like, say, Steve Floyd and his crew, they might have to have testing? I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
because your department has, he has CDL requirements
So it wouldn't
that
be
are
like in the
different.
business office, you wouldn't be.
We've had, again, there might be scenarios that have prompted that, but that's not typical. This would be more,
So yes, getting back to what you were speaking of about the DPW, we have a lot of CDL drivers. So there's certain requirements if there's accidents, if the accident requires a tow, or if the accident had required someone goes to the hospital, then it's a mandatory test for that CDL driver. So I think the reason that we wanted to go with this company, this is who does our randoms, which are quarterly. And their testing is a lot better than the Med-Emerge or the urgent cares.
Okay.
So it's a little more extensive. They'll run,
And they come to you?
yeah, they come to us, yes. And they run at least two samples, whereas urgent care only does one.
yeah.
So it's good to have that backup in case, you get a false positive or, you need that secondary testing.
And this is just for the year, for just 1 year? Or is it,
This was a year contract, I believe.
this is a year
Yeah.
for this company, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Good?
okay, yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
There is a second item under you.
Oh, there was, okay.
It's not on the paper. but it's
Okay,
on mine.
thank you. That's where, yeah, thank you. So this is the second item, and Michael, I don't know if Michael wanted to come up for this. This is part of the discussion we've had with the Township of Franklin. We had, where the interconnects are, there was valves that weren't closing all the way, so their pressure isn't as high as ours, so we were giving them water through, there's 3 different accounts at 3 points. This, I believe, has been an ongoing discussion. We are in the process of talking about the transmission main project, and in good faith, they also wanted to come to the table and have that discussion as well, that we've had these outstanding bills. Additionally, they've also sent us a bill, that was about 50-something thousand,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna, yep.
And so in good faith, they're saying if you wipe these, we'll wipe those, and let's just start fresh with the transmission main project as well as getting an interlocal agreement in place for the exchange of water whenever we need water. So that was, one thing is doing we're going to be coming to you about those interlocal agreements for when we do need water from one distribution to the other. The other is we have the transmission main project as a discussion, and this is just kind of cleaning the slate that they're going to wipe their bill, we'll wipe these bills, and kind of start fresh.
Is,
Yeah.
is the funding, is it pretty equal?
No,
Ours is about 30,000, theirs is about 50-something
Yeah,
thousand.
so this is really a desired outcome that we recommend that you support. We met in person for quite some time last week. This has been going on for several years. But we also needed substantial water for them in 2024 when we were having some issues at the plant. And, you know, effectively, I think part of that billing came from the fact that we were billing, even though we've had a cooperative relationship in the past. And so in our meeting, we came to an agreement that if both sides were willing, we would just clean each other's accounts and zero them out. And then we'll be coming back to you with a new water agreement with Franklin and one with South Brunswick to just formalize the terms. We don't have current active agreements with them, but they were very accommodating in Franklin. And as that separate matter, our meeting with them was as much to talk about, you know, this substantial transmission project, which is going on exclusively in Franklin over many, many, many years to come, and asking for their buy-in and cooperation and getting plans from them and as-builts and all sorts of things that we need to support our transmission main project. And so Justine and I feel and shared with the mayor that we recommended that this was a reasonable settlement. But to your point, we owe them more money than they owe us on paper.
And when you say, okay, you're going to clean the slate and each person say, okay, yeah, that's fine. When does the new agreement come into play? Like, when does that?
As soon as we can. It's not a very, it's a very simple agreement, a couple of pages, and we're working on it right now.
And so will that be for a specific term, for the next 5 years?
They typically have a term, and then they have automatic renewals unless one town notifies the other that they want to withdraw or renegotiate. So it'll have a specified term, but it'll have an automatic renewal built in. It's really about the use of water. It's less complicated than the sewer agreements where we're sharing pipe and there's cost and things like that. This is a little more simplified because it's just water moving from one town to the other.
And so once that's in place, if there is a need, or if we need, or if they need, then, you know, it starts, the clock starts there, and then
Yes.
These are going to be
we
metered.
generate a bill, or they
Yes.
generate a bill and they send it to
Yeah,
us.
so one of the things that we discussed are some shared cost of doing some upgrades to the interconnects and putting in meters that'll read both ways. Franklin, which we don't have in place right now, Franklin actually has a capital project that they're about to begin, so they offered and we agreed to have them incorporate in the 3 accounts that we're talking about tonight in the resolution. They have an existing townwide project where they're upgrading meters and things, so they agreed to take the lead on that work. We asked them to send us a proposal as to what our share would be, because we would contribute to that. So we're waiting for that, but it looks like, thankfully, they're going to take the lead on that piece.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, there would be meters, and we have a similar project underway with South Brunswick. Same thing, we would be upgrading our pits and putting in meters that read both ways.
And then what's the timeline on, I mean, because if we go ahead and put this in place, you know, when we start and the clock starts, but these meters are not installed yet, how do we determine that, you know, like South Brunswick isn't trying to sort of money grab us for?
All
the
fair
cost?
questions. I mean, on the Franklin side right now, our agreement has been cooperative and informal, so that when there are small bits of water being used, there hasn't always been bills. It's been part of sort of our verbal shared agreement. So we'll formalize that. There's not a specific answer for you at the moment because the capital work to get those meters in is going to take some time.
Yeah.
But we would just have to hope that we don't have like an emergency in the near term.
Do we have some sort of way to say, okay, if we put this in place, we agree that it will be X number per gallon, or I don't know how water is being built, but that, that we agree that we wouldn't charge no more than X? Or is it sort of like, okay, it's up in the air, they can come back to us and say, you used 20
We are
gallons
operating on
and
a-
now you owe us
yeah.
$200,000. So
My immediate answer is I think all fair questions. I think that the one thing this meeting did was reinforce at least with Franklin, reinforce our cooperative relationship. So I think there's mitigated risk there.
Yeah.
Because we do have a bit of a handshake deal. So I don't think there's any real substantial fear or concern that we're in some type of unexpected massive billing situation. I think we're in the right path to improve the infrastructure, put the meters in, and come to a new agreement.
I'm sorry to ask this one.
That's okay.
But is there a way to, how do you check to the number of gallons that they say that if we use?
Well, we need the meters.
Yeah.
We
But
do need.
But that's not going to be in place when you.
No, but again, we don't,
How do you?
and again, barring a real emergency, which is fair, we don't share water very often. So this isn't,
I'm just thinking in terms of,
Yeah.
right now. even
No,
though
I
we're wiping the
understand.
Slate clean,
Yeah.
we still owe them
Yeah.
more than
yeah, I mean,
What?
the answer would be that
what
we
they
would.
owe us.
Yeah,
which
we
is
would
like,
need.
How do we
We
check
would have to come to, if there was an emergency in the near term and all of this wasn't in place, we'd have to come to a negotiated settlement again and come back to you and feel confident that we're being treated fairly but, again, the one thing the meeting did was reinforce.
Trust no one.
Well, again,
You can verify.
we did come to this agreement, and the agreement is technically in their favor, as it were, in terms of billable amounts. So I think we're in a good place. The South Brunswick one is a little more complicated because we have to build those pits, and they're under design with CME right now. We have a pending meeting with South Brunswick. They've expressed some interest in some things, and we are going to get them cost estimates for them to contribute. But again, we have there's a new administrator in South Brunswick. Those conversations, fairly new, those conversations are also positive that they're willing to do that and willing to contribute.
Fingers crossed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That wasn't the second thing on.
Yeah, that wasn't, it was
It
authorizing
was a
water sewer credits.
customer water utility is the second.
That is that.
That's what it is. That credit is for Franklin Township.
We used to hear you say something different.
I thought you meant like a person who has.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, it's the same format and style, but it's to cancel out the $35-some thousand
Over
in
those three
outstanding
accounts. Yeah.
bills with Franklin.
I'm chatty tonight.
Council President, do you mind if I just do one other item real quick?
Go ahead.
I just want to alert the governing body that we have been asked to participate in a meeting tomorrow with the State Department of Transportation regarding the Adams Lane Bridge. We do not know anything else except that I expect or believe, based on the emergency repairs we did 2+ weeks ago, and I emailed you and you got all the text, my sense is that they've identified other repairs that could lead to some type of closures. They aren't sharing. They've just asked us and the county in a somewhat urgent matter if we could all be available for this meeting tomorrow. We, of course, said yes. So we'll update you whenever we find out what's happening. But I did want you to know that we have a meeting tomorrow morning, and
You need
we'll
one of us there.
wait and hear.
Can you kindly request that when they tell us that they're gonna have to go ahead with their plan, that we get a temporary bridge so we don't screw up the entire town
Yes.
and south end of the county? It's gotta be a part of the project. They do it everywhere else. It can be done.
I'm feeling Councilman Andrews back in the room again.
It's the truth, Michael.
Should one of us be there?
Yes. You're welcome. I mean, Joe and I and Justine will be on the meeting. It's a Zoom style meeting for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. My sense is this is more near term. I don't think they're suddenly approving the replacement. I know they're not, they've never been able to come to terms with Amtrak on the big project. I think this is going to be, while we were there fixing this major issue, we noticed and saw that there are other repairs that need to be made, and they're going to make some type of picture plan, but we don't know what it is. So I just wanted to let you know that it was happening. They responded very quickly last time. They had it basically done overnight, even though it led to a full closure, but basically by the morning commute, it was open again. So we'll let you know.
They were preparing to do something several years ago, right?
Yes, that's what Carlo's alluding to. That's still pending Amtrak approval.
So do you want one of us there or no?
I don't want one of you, but we'll let you know what it is as soon as we find out, but it's a 10 o'clock Zoom meeting. We weren't provided an agenda, it just said, can you meet? And we just said, of course, yes. That was it. They didn't say anything else.
So is there still the resiliency meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. They're at the same time?
Joe,
Okay.
I don't know if Justine's making the resiliency center meeting, but
I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be, and either somebody from traffic safety or the director will be on the DOT meeting, so, and we'll get something out and let you know what it is. Okay?
Deputy Municipal Clerk Orlando?
Thank you, Council President. We have Tangi Cobb will be here for a presentation of the Women's Month Influential Women of North Brunswick Award. I believe there's 3 of them. And then we have 5 ordinances on for public hearing adoption, the one that was introduced tonight and the 4 that were introduced last week, and that's all I have.
Mr. Gordon?
Thank you, Council President. This is a resolution authorizing the mayor and council to enter into executive session. Whereas the mayor and council are mindful of the right of the public to attend and witness meetings of governmental bodies at which public business is discussed and to be involved in all phases of governmental action. And whereas the Open Public Meetings Act nonetheless recognizes the authority of a public body to exclude the public from meetings in certain enumerated instances in which disclosures of matters discussed could endanger public safety, property, or other public interest, or invade individual privacy. And whereas, as authorized by the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12B, mayor and council have a need to meet in private session to discuss matters affecting pending or anticipated litigation to which the public body may be a party and/or matters within the attorney-client privilege. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council meet in private session at 8:00 p.m. on March 9th, 2026, to discuss the following specific items: matters within the attorney-client privilege regarding the status and negotiations regarding high school environmental issues. Be it further resolved, the matter so discussed will be disclosed to the public at such time as the high school environmental issues are resolved or the matters otherwise become a matter of public record. Thank you, Council President. We need a mover and a seconder.
Second.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mehta?
Yes.
Councilwoman Guadagnino?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
Council President Ritt?
I have to recuse myself?
So,
Yes.
So vote to go into executive session. So the council president is an employee of the school system. We're discussing the Board of Ed, which technically is his employer. I have advised him that it is appropriate for him to recuse himself from these discussions,
And he gets to go home.
and he gets to go home, if he wants. Yes, sir.
This Oprah that this woman wants.